Hello there, Vanagon Addicts. I'm sorry, I'm going to try this live stream thing again and see if it does better this time. So I hope you got at least some of what we were talking about on the last little section there. I know the sound was going in and out and all this other crazy stuff was happening. But I hope you got some of that. So anyway, recaps. We had to go to Georgia, help my in-laws. We're back. Sales doing amazing. Okay, but there are challenges. So that's what I was trying to address in the last thing. So the challenges are, some of the parts availability is not the best. Okay, so we have to kind of deal with that the best we can. We're going to get you the best quality thing that we can get at the moment. That will not always be my first choice, but it's going to be the best thing that we can do. I don't want to tell people, no, I'm not going to do anything for you, because most of it is just cosmetic things, and a lot of times if you don't really know about the problem as far as a blemish or something like that, you won't even see it. Okay, it's kind of like that whole Michelangelo painting the corner thing on the Sistine Chapel, and they said, hey, why are you painting over there where nobody can see it? And he says, I can see it. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But nobody else is going to most likely notice. So we're going to do the best we can for you on that. We've been doing that. Sometimes people have, issues or whatever, but so now the big elephant in the room is shipping, right? Shipping. I know you may have heard stories on the news or whatever about shipping. It is a problem. Okay? It is a problem. Now, 90-something% of the time, there is no problem. Okay? But, again, because our amount of orders are going up so much, we're doing way more shipments than we normally do, there's going to be problems. Okay, there's going to be problems. So, here's what's the two biggest things that's been kind of a messed up, okay, right now, is no matter who you're shipping with, okay, you cannot guarantee overnights. You cannot guarantee any type of expedited shipping whatsoever. Okay? So just understand that. So say I need this by tomorrow. If I buy it UPS overnight, I need it by tomorrow. Most likely you will get it. Occasionally you will not get it. And the reason for it is the shipping companies are overwhelmed. Okay? So we sent stuff overnight with the post office. We sent stuff overnight with UPS. We sent stuff overnight with FedEx. Okay? Most of the time, it's fine. Every once in a while, what's happening is they're loading up the trucks with way too much stuff that they have no chance of delivering in a day. And they're going out, they're delivering as much as they can. I've seen FedEx tracking things where at 10 o'clock at night, they're coming back and bringing the stuff back. And then they'll put on their notes, couldn't find address, businesses closed. All these different notes that they're basically lying. Okay, they have to put something down about why did you take this package out, drive all day long around it in the truck and bring it back. Okay, it's because they're overwhelmed. That is the real reason. They can't. There's nothing on their pad that says, sorry, my business, whatever shipping business I work for are jerks. Okay? There's nothing on there that says that. Like, FedEx needs to hire more people. There's no line for that. Okay? But that's basically what's happening. So, again, I ask you guys for patience on that. On my website, we actually put a new thing on there that I will show you. Let me go to this thing here. Okay? And I'm going to show you this new feature that you may or may not know about. So, up here at the top, over to the right, you see a thing that says order status. Okay? If you have an order and you wonder what's going on with this order, where is the order? Okay? You can look up, you can get your order number off of your email you should have got. You type it in right here where it says order status. Like I'll type in this one apparently that I've used before. Okay? And then it comes up. Order number this, status completed. Here's a tracking number, any additional tracking number, any shipping notes. Okay? You can just do that real quick. Okay? Now, you may see the order status is completed, and you may see the note says drop ship from supplier. You may not see any tracking numbers. That just means that it's took care of. Okay, that means it's took care of. Now, if an inordinate amount of time has went by, like you ordered something priority mail, and it's been like a week, okay, that's a long time. You should definitely check with me on that. But if you place an order and the next day, okay, you're calling me on the phone, you're texting me, you're emailing me, Ken, where is my order? It's been like a whole day. Please don't do that. Okay, please don't do that. Wait, be patient. Okay, at least give it the time that it's supposed to get to you before you start getting upset about it. Okay, and believe me, I had one guy. We were traveling back from Georgia in a car, and as we're traveling, my wife was driving some part of it. I was checking my emails, looking at stuff. Of course, you're bored. Like 14-hour drive. So I see this guy order a Bentley manual. Okay, ordered a Bentley manual. Then he didn't get a notification right away because what's also the other problem that's happening is emails, Gmail, all the other email providers are being super aggressive about spam right now, to the point where, you know, Gmail is owned by Google, right? YouTube is owned by Google, and any emails that YouTube is sending is going to spam. Okay. I mean, that's how aggressive it is. Like, in other words, emails that's from them, they are considering spam. So emails that are coming from me, that are coming from all the other people, like Go Westy, Van Cafe, or whatever, they're actually going into the spam folder automatically. So you need to check that. Okay, so say you put in an order and you say, Ken, I didn't get any notification on this order. Check the spam folder. I almost guarantee you it's sitting in there. The only reason it isn't sitting in there or you didn't get it is because people are misspelling their emails. Okay? I can't really do anything about that. There's no such thing as an email verification thing on the website to tell you, hey, guess what? You spelled Yahoo wrong, okay? You spelled Gmail wrong. Alright, again, it's not really something I can do anything about. If you don't get a notification, email me. I'll email you that everything's fine and dandy. Okay? But this guy was so upset he didn't get a notification that like an hour later he wanted to cancel his order. Didn't even give me time to do anything. Okay? I mean, actually, because he was being so unreasonable, I was happy to refund his order. Because I really don't want to have to deal with customers that are like that. But yeah, so Steve is having problems accessing his P.O. box. You know, this is another problem too. If you're in Canada, normally we ship stuff up there. It takes between a week and 10 days. I mean, some stuff has been delayed for a very long time because of customs. They're backed up. Okay, they're backed up. And it all has to do with the coronavirus. People, they can't have as many people come in and do things at once. They have to do the distancing thing. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is be patient. Okay, try to be a little patient. Try to be a little understanding. Most people are. Okay, we set up the order status thing on the site to try to relieve some of the pressure of, you know, where's my order, where's my shipment. Okay, so please try to do that first before you call me on the phone. You know, another problem we have is phone calls. Okay, phone calls. You know, it's just me here answering the phone. That's it. Okay, so that's it. So I'll be packing up orders. People come on the chat. They're chatting with me. When I was down in Georgia on our trip, I had situations where I was on the phone with somebody and chatting with 3 people at the same time, simultaneously. Okay? Phone calls. If you can limit phone calls. I understand people watch the videos and they're like, I want to talk to this guy. I want to see if I can get him on the phone. Then they call me up. I can't believe somebody answered the phone. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm actually kind of shocked myself. Because I'm so overwhelmed with phone calls. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes that, I just kind of I have to pick. So like with us, our cutoff time is at 3 o'clock Eastern, and right about then, for some reason, that's when all the phone calls are coming in, and I have to decide: am I going to finish packaging everything up and get it out today for the people that's placed orders on the website, and orders I already have, or am I going to stop? Maybe everything doesn't go out because I have to talk on the phone. So what I have been doing is I'll just won't answer the phone for till I get all the orders that are already in the website out. So I would encourage you, if you know anything about computers, okay, if you know anything about how to order things on a website, please attempt to do that. If you have a problem, you can email me. I will help you. You can go on the chat. I will try to help you through the chat. That's the two preferred ways. Okay? The phone call is the last resort because that's tying me up with one person, whereas if I'm on the chat, if I'm on an email, I'm not tied to one person. I can help multiple people at once. Okay? So it's not that I don't want to talk to people. I love talking to customers on the phone. I love meeting new customers on the phone. If you want to call me the first time and introduce yourself and talk about your van and all that stuff, that's cool. I like that because I get to know new people. But at the same time, if every single order you do, you have to call me on the phone and we have to talk about it and we have to go over it. And a lot of times it's just about the fact that they don't know how to use a website or they don't want to be bothered or whatever. It really ties me up to help people that really, would need help. So that's what I'm asking I'm asking you guys for your grace. Okay? You guys are very gracious. So I'm asking you for help, helping me, be the most efficient I can with my time. And I definitely appreciate it. Alright, so I got to do a question here, and then I'm going to get off. I really wasn't planning on doing a stream today, but I thought I would do it because I hadn't done anything in a while. So Steve says, does the later master clutch line on the later van work on an early van? So I would say yes. Okay. What I like to do, okay, is there's this one hose that goes from where the metal line ends at kind of like the nose of the transmission. It goes all the way to the master, to the slave cylinder, to the slave cylinder. Alright, so does the later master clutch line on the later van work on the early van? Yeah, I would say yes on that. The problem with the master line, so I was thinking more about the slave line. So the slave line, there's one we have that goes all the way from the end of the metal line to the slave cylinder, and it has a banjo fitting on the end. And it basically replaces two lines, and it's not that expensive. So if you need to mess with your slave, I would definitely encourage that. On the master side of things, I don't really have a replacement for that line yet. I think Burley at Burley Motorsports sells one of them. Basically, that goes from the master cylinder, it has a banjo fitting, and then it goes around and comes down to the metal line that goes to the slave. Okay, so that I rarely have anybody ask about that. Like originally, that was a plastic line, I think, and it went around, had a banjo on the end, went around down to the metal. You can't get that plastic line anymore. That is over. Okay. Burley Motorsports sells like a stainless steel braided one that's banjo, goes down to the thing. If you really, really needed it, you could probably use that. I would think that it's either identical on all the vans, or if you had a really early van like Steve has, you could buy that part, a replacement metal line, which we have, and then the part in the rear that we have, that's, like I said, it's a long piece of rubber hose. It's probably like 5 feet long. As a banjo fitting. If you replace all that stuff, right, then you would be golden. Okay, now everything has to work together because it's all new and blah blah blah. So it's tricky. I know what Steve's talking about. In the early vans, like the 80 to 83, there's some things that you would never think of that they actually did different. And I'm always being surprised by people calling me like, I have an 81 air cooled. And there's this thing that's weird about it. Do you know about this? And I'm like, I really don't. Okay. I mean, I try to be as much of an expert as I can be. The air cooleds, Vanagons is like the least supported ones of the three different, or actually 4 different types. And so, I can't know all the differences. I mean, in 1980, if you had an 80 Vanagon, and it actually has a build date of like 1979, okay, it has metal things in the back where the air comes in, okay. I've only seen that a few times because sometime in 1980 they went to the plastic ones, the plastic air intakes on the back. So, if somebody, hey, I got a 1980 and I have metal things, like it's very similar to like the way a bus was. Had metal, grill for the intake that was not removable. It was like part of the steel of the body. I'm like, I need that. I'm restoring my van and that's all bent. I need to get another one. I'm like, nope. You got to cut it off of a parts car. Then the parts car has to be like one that was made for a couple months in 1979 or something. So this is the problem you run into. So I hope that helps Steve trying to, give you some hints on that. Thank you, Nugavan. Okay, we try to do the best we can do for people. I mean, I have people call me up, they're irate, they're yelling and hollering and screaming about, where is my stuff? I track it. The postman decided to take it back to the post office for some reason and then put on the tracking thing that it was delivered. How is that my fault? So I told the customer, like, stop yelling at me right now. It's not helping anything. I said, I'm going to help you. I am going to do the best I can for you, but yelling at me is not helping anything. It's not helping you. It's not helping me. And the customer did calm down, thankfully, because his tracking thing said it was delivered. He said, it was not delivered. It was not delivered. I'm the only one that lives here is me and my wife. Not delivered. Neighbors, I only have one neighbor. They didn't get it. Okay, where is it? Okay. I'm like, call the post office. So he called them up. They said, yep, we delivered it to the wrong address. And we know we delivered it to the wrong address. And they actually went and got it for him and brought it to him. So, again, it's not really my fault if the shipping companies are messing up. I will try to help you the best I can. Getting irate, yelling, hollering, and screaming. And believe me, this has only happened a couple of times, so people are super patient. I had one guy we shipped to Missouri. His stuff hadn't been there. It was priority mail. It didn't show up for like 2 weeks. We finally gave up and re-shipped it to him. And then like an entire month later, it showed up. That particular shipment showed up. Like an entire month for a priority mail. It was supposed to be there in like 2 days, okay? Took an entire month. It did get there. It took a whole month. Why did it take a month? I have no control over it. Okay? And try to call the post office as far as the 1-800 number and talk to somebody on there about stuff. Okay. Alright, so we got a couple other questions. I got Scott Bassman. He says, rebuilding the power steering pump. Mine is seeping enough to be annoying. I've never did that before. I usually just buy a rebuilt one. Because you can rebuild it, but what if they don't really give you any bearings or anything for it? And sometimes that's what's causing it to leak, is that it's actually just kind of worn out. So I just usually get a rebuilt one. I know there are rebuild kits out there. If it's just a seal, then you should be good. But if it's not a seal, if it's something that's causing the seal to fail, then you're gonna be back in the same boat again. So I just usually get a rebuilt one. It has a warranty on it. All of our stuff has 2-year warranty, and you should be Gucci. Alright, I got John Dirkwetter says hi. Say hi to John. Got James Norwood saying that for the lithium-ion battery on your site, do you also sell the fuse that you show on the video? I don't, but I will send you links to it so you can buy it. Okay, so in other words, I want you to buy it for the cheapest price. I will send you links if you buy that battery off of me to all the stuff that's in the videos. Okay. James Norwood also says, aftermarket captain's chair rotating mechanism for not rotating seats. The last place I saw that had that was a place called Eurocampers.com. So maybe check with them. Eurocampers.com. and they have them when they can get them. Again, they're something that I would carry, except it's kind of like hit and miss when you can actually get it and when you can't get it. So, very, I hate stuff like that. I want to be able to get things and get them done and get them out the door and stuff to people. So, there you go. Alright, so I guess that's all the questions I've dealt with. And like I said, I'm really just... Is it difficult to install? It's supposed to be Bolden. So, if you're putting it into a two-wheel drive or to a passenger van that didn't have it already, it should be pretty easy to install. Okay, it should be pretty easy to install. That's what I've heard. I've never installed one, but I've heard they're actually easy. Okay, may require some drilling. I don't think there's no holes to mount it to, so I would assume you're drilling some holes, putting bolts through holes, and then that's it. So that's actually not that hard. Okay, yeah, I fear welding. I fear it as well. I can do it, but I'm not really that good at it. And then if you screw it up, you can really cause a big mess. And it's right above like your gas tank. So, there is that as well. Okay, so thanks Scott Bassman for the kind words. And like I said, I've had a lot of people call me and say that they, really appreciate the videos. Where is part 2 of the gas tank video? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, well, my daughter's working for me again. We may do it. Okay, that's my next thing on my agenda. Right now, like I said, I've been doing really good just to kind of keep my head above water with orders. We may get a few days where we're not just, going upstream on the orders all the time, and we can do the second part of the gas tank video. But we've been selling a ton of gas tanks. We've been selling a ton of gas tank kits, reseal kits, so I know that video is very popular. People are definitely watching it, and I want to say thanks to you guys for that. Alright, so that's about it. Thank you guys for coming out today. I know this was super impromptu, but I wanted to give you an update. So again, the shipping of stuff right now is beyond my control. Okay, if you don't like the way the companies are doing their shipping, maybe send them a letter. Send a letter to your representative out there saying, hey, the post office needs more people to work for you or something, because they're overwhelmed. FedEx needs more people to work for them. They're overwhelmed. UPS, right? Overwhelmed right now. And for us mail order businesses, this is our lifeblood. We need these people to be able to keep up with the demand. This virus thing is not going away anytime soon, I guess. So, we need to help. These people need help. You would think business sense-wise, these companies would start feeling the pressure. But maybe it just takes time to train people or whatever. So we'll see what happens. But as far as Vanagon, okay, thank you guys so much for all your support, all the orders. It's like a deluge, okay, coming in. We definitely appreciate it. And on our part, we're going to keep trying to get new stuff. We're going to try to do our best to keep you guys supplied with stuff. Also, if you need something from Go Westy, the strange thing with them right now is that they're showing that they're super backed up on orders through their website. But actually, if you order it from us, they've been shipping out stuff like right away. Okay, so if you need something from Go Westy, send me an email, sales@vanagon.com. The email is on our website, the link. And with your list of things, then you say, I want all this stuff from Go Westy, but they're 6 weeks backed up. You send it to us. We will charge you basically the same amount of money for it, and we can make a little bit of money for it, and you can actually get it. Okay? Now, if it's something that says out of stock on their website, then there's nothing I can do about it being out of stock. But as far as them shipping out stuff, they have been doing a really great job. If I send them a purchase order, I usually get a notification by the end of the day that it got shipped out. Okay? So That's what's going on with them. It almost feels to me like they're trying to transition to be, more like a wholesale supplier than a parts store. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I mean, I definitely value them. I'm not trying to trash talk them at all in this video, but I'm just letting you know, if you see something that's on their site and you're like, I don't see it on your site, and it says it's in stock, I don't want to wait 6 weeks or something, we can try to get it for you, and we've been getting things pretty quickly from them. So that's it, guys. Have a great day. Hope you're enjoying your Vans. Hope you're staying, safe and healthy out there. And best fan to install on. I'm not sure on that. I know people like that Fantastic fan. That's the one I've heard the most about, and people have actually said how amazing it is. So check out. Do a Google search on Fantastic fan, and then you want to measure and make sure you get the right size. But they're very highly recommended. So that's it, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Hopefully we'll be seeing you soon on a new video, possibly gas tank kit part 2. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a great one.